Hi everyone, I am Jade F. Logroño. So in this video, with my group mates, we will give you a discussion about physical and motor development of children and adolescents. So first, we need to know the objectives of this video. It is to define the physical or motor development, stages of age development, identify the two categories of motor development, defining the principles of motor development. So what is physical or motor development? So motor development means the physical growth and strengthening of a child's bones, muscles, and ability to move and touch his or her surroundings. It is a movement science discipline concerned with the age-related changes in movement patterns and the underlying process that drive those progressions. Factors affecting growth include 1. Your genetics or the genes we get from your parents, nutrition from the food that we take, and physical and psychological disorders. Although genetics factors have a strong influence on someone's physical characteristics, nutrition and physical psychology disorders, and sometimes even climate has an effect on one's development. Stages of age development. During infancy, the rapid height and weight gain, which for the objects by 4 to 6 months responds to both a specific stimulus and the environment. They started to crawls, pulls up, and walks with support. For toddlers, their height and weight gain rapid but not as great as in first year. Manipulate small objects with improved coordination, begins to able to drink from a cup and use a spoon. They started to jump, runs, and climbs. For childhood, they no longer need a daytime nap, continues to run and jump with better coordination, begins to gallop and to skip one foot, rides tricycle. Their gross motor skills increase in speed and endurance. Their fine motor skills improve their right things on their own. Slow gains in height. Reaction times is also improved, which contributes to motor skills development. Adolescence. So adolescence is the phases of life between childhood and adulthood from 10 to 19 years old. So the period of rapid skeletal and sexual maturation and preoccupation with body image. Pubic hair develops, followed by axillary hair for boys begins to lower, and mustache hair may begin to grow. They develop increasing coordination and motor development. They also gain greater strength and physical strength and prolonged endurance. With practice, they can master the skills necessary for adult sports.
Good day everyone, my name is Reyz T. Jimenez. Our topic for today is about types of motor skills. We have fine motor skills and gross motor skills. Fine motor skills, or FMS, relate to the use of the upper extremities to engage and manipulate the environment. Movement involving smaller muscles groups such as those in the hands and wrists. Examples: writing, feeding oneself, buttoning, zippering, and waving. Another examples of fine motor skills activities: finger painting, puzzle, play-doh, video games in moderation, building with blocks, tracing shapes, coloring, popping bubbles in plastic crafts. Fine motor skills, or dexterity, is the coordination of small muscles in movement with the eyes, usually involving the synchronization of hands and fingers. The complex level of manual dexterity that humans exhibit can be attributed to and demonstrated it in tasks controlled by the nervous system. Fine motor skills aid in the growth of intelligence and development continuously throughout the stages of human development. Children may also show signs of difficulty with tasks such as cutting with scissors, drawing lines, holding pencils, and writing. These are tasks that involve fine motor skills, and if a child has difficulty with this, they might have poor hand-eye coordination and could need therapy to improve their skills. Let's proceed to gross motor skills, or GMS. Movements related to large muscles such as legs, arms, and others. Gross motor skills are the abilities usually acquired during childhood as part of the child's motor learning. By the time they reach 2 years of age, almost all children are able to stand up, walk and run, walk upstairs. Example: coordination to walk, balance, run, jump, climb, and throw. Let's proceed to why does child need motor skills? 1. To be able to move and complete tasks independently. 2. To be able to explore the world around them, which promotes cognitive, speech, and sensory development. 3. To give them confidence and independence, which promotes skills such as executive function. 4. To meet developmental milestones. 5. To possibly help prevent early motor delays and conditions that can interrupt development.
Hey guys, I'm Javien and my topic is Principles of Motor Development. So, principles of motor development. There are two principles of motor development, which is cephalocaudal and proximodistal. Cephalocaudal. The cephalocaudal development is the tendency for growth to follow a sequence in which development moves from top to bottom. For example, a child's head develops much sooner than his or her legs. This is true both in terms of physical growth and motor development. So in cephalocaudal, the first part of the body that will be developed is the head before the feet. So the feet will be the last part of the body that will be developed. So example of that is the infant can control first the neck muscle that will make his head more steady. One of it is he can follow something with his eyes first, like the toy train. He can follow the directions of the toy train before he can grab it with his hands. So also, as you may notice, the development of the baby is he first can move around his arms before he can crawl, and then the last part of the development is the feet, which will he be able to walk. Proximodistal development. The proximodistal development is where growth starts at the center of the body and moves towards the extremities. An example of such a pattern is the early development of muscular control of the trunk and arms relative to the hands and fingers. So in proximodistal development, the first part of the body that will be developed is the center of the body, then followed by the further parts of the body. So an example of that is an infant can control his or her arms first before he can move or he can control his hands and fingers. Like he can wave his arms first, he can move it around before he can write precisely. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.